Alright, I wanted to go over a couple things. The first thing that we need to go over is the syllabus. And in the syllabus, you're going to see our course outlined, which tells us how we're going to teach things, what things you're going to learn, as well as kind of the layout of the class and what is expected of you, what's the policies for Miller-Mott, and then lastly, it's going to go over the outline of which assignments are due when. So we'll cover all of that. So what I'm going to do now is show you how to kind of get around your class. So once you click on our class, you will see here on the side, you will see modules, you'll see grades, you'll see chat and Google Drive, and a few other things. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is click on modules. Now our course is broken down into 5 weeks, so it's also broken down into 5 learning units, right? So the first thing that you're going to see in here is course resources, which I'll get to in just a second. So I'm going to minimize that. The next thing that you'll see is Learning Unit 1. Learning Unit 1 contains everything that you're going to be working on during the first week. So Learning Unit 1 correlates with week 1. Okay, Learning Unit 2 correlates with week 2, and so on. So you kind of already have a checklist of what assignments you need to do when. Okay, so all of these assignments are what we're going to be working on in lesson 2, which is week 2, Learning Unit 3 is week 3, and so forth, right? So that's how the course is set up. Now, I mentioned earlier that there are course resources up here, which I am going to show you right now. So one of the first and most important is going to be the ebook, right? Everybody needs a textbook for a college course. It's obviously incredibly important. And so your ebook is built into the course, okay? I don't know why my outside part has been so zoomed in, but it's fine. We will fix it. Alright, so you don't have to physically buy a book for this class. This textbook is already here. And it has a couple of benefits that a regular textbook does not. You can easily search the book. Say you're working on something for Excel, or you're looking for something to do with Wi-Fi, which we will cover. You can search the textbook and it'll give you options of where it mentions that. For example, Wi-Fi is mentioned twice, and if I click on this, it will take me directly to that page. Okay? Another option is that you can print it if you want to. You can highlight it and you can erase it. Now, if you had a physical book and you were highlighting it, a lot of times we kind of shy away from that because at the end of the semester, if we're not going to use the book anymore, typically we sell it back to the bookstore or to someone else, and they don't want something with all of our highlights in it. You can easily do it to the ebook without having any issues, right? Because you can just erase it. Or if you have a physical book and you highlight the wrong part, it's really frustrating, at least for me, because a lot of times I'll be studying or something and I'm like, why did I highlight that? And then I have to remember that it was a mistake and that is not an important part of it, right? So in the ebook you can highlight just like you normally would, but you can also delete it if you highlight the wrong part. You can take notes, which is really cool. So you can highlight certain things and you can put notes and you can kind of embed them right there for you. Say I was saying that this is important for a test, right? So now when I'm flipping through the book, I'll be able to see where I put some notes, right? And there'll also be a page where I could just look at all of my notes in one spot, and you can print all of your notes. Now, there are a couple tricks to this, right? Because it's not normal, it's not hands-on, it's not physical, so turning a page is a little bit different, right? You're going to use these buttons down here to zoom in and zoom out. You're going to use these buttons here I switched it to dual page, so it's side by side, just like if you had a book flat on your desktop, right? And then you can flip the pages like so. Okay. The other thing is, say you zoom in like this, right? And there's some stuff that's kind of cut off, and you're like, what the heck? I need to see down there. You'll have to click on the move button. And what this is it just makes it so that you can grab the page and you can adjust it to wherever you need to. Okay. Just remember that you need, when you're done, you click move, and then this will pop back up so that you can scroll down and access all your different tools. Now, another thing that's important here is that you can go to the table of contents. Now, let's see. If I click here on the name of the book, right, I can use this drag line and go to wherever I need to, right? If I go here, I'm on the cover, okay? And then if I click here again, I can go wherever I need to go, right? Say there's like specific assignments that you're looking for, or a specific page number, you can click here and you can type in the page, right? Say I want to look about how to create and modify a pie chart, and it's on page 214. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to type in 214, and then I'm going to press enter. And it's not going to work because I'm on camera. So let's see, 125. Why is it not working? Nothing works perfectly, obviously. It's all grayed out, so I don't know why it's doing that. Let's see. That's weird. I don't know why. Oh, because I didn't put the numbers before it. I apologize, guys. That was my mistake. Because they're all split up into different sections. So it's probably like 214 of where. Alright, so let's drag this over to 214. Let's see if we can find it. And it should be on here. Should be on, what did we say? It was on creating charts, I believe. And here it is. So right on page 214, just like we said, it shows you how to create and modify a pie chart. Alright, so that is about it for the textbook. Now back to the course. So again, in course resources, we have a couple of different things. We have course introductions, we have questions, we have the syllabus, and a few other things, right? So Cyrus customer support is important. I'm going to open it in another tab. And what this is if you have any issues in the course with any of the computer tutorials or the assignments or tests or anything, you're going to want to remember where this Cyrus customer support is, because this is how you get help for something. And so what you're going to do is, if you ever have an issue, you're going to click on this and you're going to come here, and it has all of these different topics that you can search for, but the most important thing is down here. And what you're going to do is you're going to click on this and decide which one of these you need, right? Account, order questions, or technical support. And then once you click on that, it's going to open a chat for you. Okay? So a lot of times, if you have account issues, say you've taken the class before and you have to have your account renewed, or something of that nature, this is where you're going to have to go, and you're going to have to click on this to renew it. Or if you have issues where, you know, maybe a test is timing out or something else, this is also where you're going to have to go. Throughout the semester, if you have issues, always come to me, and I'm happy to help you in any way I can. And then if it if I can't help you, I'll direct you here. So that's why I'm trying to show you guys how to use this. All right, so now we are moving on to our syllabus. So typically the syllabus is going to look the same as any of our others do, right? The topic's going to have to be determined and all this type of stuff, right? And so we're going to scroll down, and starting on the second page is actually when it talks about this class. So the first portion, it says other classroom resources. So this is what you're responsible for having. Students are expected to have a basic supply of classroom supplies, including but not limited to notebooks, pencils, pens, highlighters, folders, ring binders, calculators, USB storage devices or thumb drives, and other general supplies as needed to aid in the collection and storage of information in their courses. Any special equipment or supplies will be communicated by the instructor. So if, say you needed something specifically for this class that's not listed here, I would let you know, right? In addition to textbooks, which I just showed you, you might be required to have other materials, right, to utilize sources in the library, on internet sites, periodicals, newspapers, professional or business publications, and so forth. Anything that I ask you guys to use outside of the textbook, I will provide for you. So either I'll tell you it's in the library, or I would give you the link to the different websites. But mostly for this course, everything is all in one place. Like, you're not going to be expected to go somewhere else. Students are expected to have access with internet connection when taking online coursework, right? That's kind of a given. With that said, I know that our internet can range from day to day, right? Some days it's fine, other days it could not beat a snail in a race, right? Some days I can't even load a PowerPoint. It is what it is. We're running on Canvas, which is also the learning management system that Cumberland County is using. And because of that, sometimes the learning management system can bog down our internet pretty quickly. Sometimes it works great, other times it doesn't. It's just something we kind of have to roll with, right? With that said, I do expect you to attend class, and internet is definitely a key component of that. Now, if you attend class and there's issues, then you and I can talk about it and we can figure out a way around that. So otherwise that, students are expected to have word processing software such as Google Docs, Microsoft Word, or Office 365 in order to submit papers. Now, you guys have a Gmail account with your student email, and that means that you automatically have a Google Drive account. So up here, there's a little button that looks like the Rubik's Cube. And when you click on that, that opens all of these apps that are just at your fingertips, right, from Google. Google Docs is right here, which is a free version of Microsoft Word. Google Sheets is right here, which is a free version of Excel. Google Slides is here, which is a free version of PowerPoint, and so forth, okay? And then, of course, you guys are familiar with Google Meet, which is what we're using to have this class. Google Calendar will keep track of your schedule, which you can see over here, and so forth. So now, let's return. So teachers will utilize a variety of teaching strategies and methods in the instruction process. These may include, but are not limited to, lecture, demonstration, group projects, guest speakers, audio-visual presentations, internet activities, or simulated work experiences. Again, any of these that I choose to use, I will provide for you. I'm not expecting you to go out and rent a movie or scour the internet for something, okay? And next, we will cover outside activity hours.